Alright everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to another football recap video, doing a recap of the Bayern and the Stuttgart game. First of all, another dominating performance by Bayern, so there's nothing much else to say except that Lewandowski, he is 6 goals away from breaking Gerd Muller's records, which is absolutely nuts. And it just goes to show you why he's without a doubt the greatest striker in the 21st century for FC Bayern, because I don't think any striker at Bayern at the 21st century came close to Lewandowski's, his goal scoring record. So that's that. Now, what can I say about this game? And Bayern's midfield, once again, despite us being down to 10 men, we looked like our regular selves again, and for once we actually kept a clean sheet. Believe it or not, we kept a freaking clean sheet, but I mean, that's not really what's more important. What's more important is that this team is displaying loads of consistency, and we're just shattering records left and right, so it looks like that we could be unstoppable in the Champions League this season, but of course, we're going to be going against our 2020 Champions League opponents again, which is PSG, so that's going to be an interesting series, and it's going to be interesting to see whether Bayern can repeat their masterful performance against PSG from the final, because, PSG, they're definitely going to be looking forward to, avenge their Champions League final loss to us. So, we're going to have to be ready and play with a sense of urgency against them, because this is without a doubt the toughest opponent so far for us in the Champions League. And it's kind of a good thing that we're going against PSG. The reason why is because it's going to be a test of Bayern's character to see whether or not they can step up to the challenge like how they did in the final. So that's what I think is going to make this game very exciting in 2.5 weeks when we have to go against PSG and both legs, especially against the talents of Neymar, Mbappe, Di Maria, because most of those PSG players are still on their on the squad from the Champions League final. The only PSG player I think we have is Choupo-Moting. So we have a former PSG player on our squad. So maybe he's going to tell Bayern like what PSG's plans are and how Bayern can go about what their game plan can be to neutralize PSG's front attack. Because in the Champions League final, I look back at the Champions League final, and one player that really just absolutely was the main difference maker in our defense, in my opinion, besides Neuer, just going superhero in the final, making all these crazy saves from Neymar and Mbappe, would have to be Goretzka, because Goretzka in the final did a hell of a job against PSG midfield, just for him to be able just to take away PSG's passing lanes in the final just goes to show that Goretzka, I think he's the most underrated and player of not just our midfield, but our defense as well. And of course, it sucks that we're not going to have Thiago for this game, but hopefully, Kimmich's brilliant passing and playmaking ability can once again make a key difference for Bayern, because Kimmich, obviously, I feel like was the main contributor in the final, just because he's the one that assisted Kingsley Coman with that goal and all that stuff. And obviously in the final, Lewandowski, he didn't score any goals, but I'm wondering whether Lewandowski is going to be able to find a way how to find the back of the net against PSG's defense, because PSG's defense actually did a heck of a job against Lewandowski in the final. But of course, I think that the main key difference maker for us against PSG is going to without a doubt be Neuer and Goretzka, just because if Neuer can continue to make his insane shot-stopping abilities, and if Goretzka can continue to, take away PSG's midfield's passing lanes and all that stuff, then I think we can, carry ourselves to a victory. But one player that I think is going to really go off besides Lewandowski is going to be Sané, because one thing that makes Leroy Sané such a good player is that he can really just hit opposing opponents on the counter-attack, and that's what we need, a player that has speed, because, guys like Coman and Leroy Sané and Alphonso Davies, they are our 3 fastest players on the squad. And you look at the speed of Mbappe, and I think that with Alphonso Davies once again being there, he's probably the one that's going to be able to step up to the challenge and match Mbappe's speed. So I'm hoping that he's not going to be on the bench for the game, just because Alphonso Davies, out of all the players on the squad, is the fastest player on our team, and having Alphonso Davies will give us that key advantage in him being able to keep up with Kylian Mbappe, especially on the counterattacks, because one place where I imagine PSG are really going to try and hit us, and expose our weakness is on the counterattack, like how we saw in the Champions League final. So, one thing we just got to do is just not leave ourselves vulnerable against PSG's counterattack, which is going to be kind of impossible, because, we are known for playing a high line, and Hansi likely is going to stick with the same, plan that he did in the final. Well, maybe not. I have no idea, because, I'm not the coach. I don't make the decisions around here and all that stuff, but, this Stuttgart game, man, just goes to show that Lewandowski, man, he really deserved to win that Ballon d'Or last year, and it's just a big shocker that he didn't. Obviously, I said a million times, because if I was working out of FIFA, what I would just propose is just do like these Zoom Ballon d'Or awards. Like Zoom Ballon d'Or awards would personally not bother me at all. So I don't get why they didn't do that, but that's besides the point. So another dominating performance by Bayern against Stuttgart, but I mean the PSG game is really gonna determine this Bayern's team character, whether they can continue to display their consistency, because you know what they say, man. Since if we're gonna be the best team in Europe, we gotta prove once again from our character that we can take on any team, and not be scared to back down from challenges, because that's what's gonna make Bayern really, I feel like, the best team in Europe in a couple of weeks. So yeah, if we're gonna win against PSG in both legs, then I think that us going to the Champions League final is gonna be a pretty swift breeze for us. But obviously, it's easier to say that because it hasn't happened yet. But we'll see what happens in the end. But anyways, it's going to be a pretty fun matchup between PSG in 2.5 weeks. So let me know, what do you people think about this in the comments section below. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe to my channel, and let's go FC Bayern.